Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 600. Oh my God, have we really done 600 episodes? Anyhow, this is for February 2022. In fact, one of 2022's most important aspects, Jupiter sextile Uranus, highlights February. Not only that, Jupiter and Pluto are semi-square, a minor aspect with major impact. The sky is also busy with an Aquarius New Moon, a Leo full moon, and Mercury turning direct. We also have the Sun entering Pisces, plus a peaking Cradle that supports both shadow work and abundance. Starting this month with episode 600, I am shifting from half-month to full-month forecasts. This will help open up the time I need to publish my invocation book and launch my new Awakening Plus podcast this year. And you'll be able to see further into the future so you can plan your life better. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein, broadcasting from thisweekinastrology.com. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. This Week in Astrology is honored to be one of the internet's top 10 astrology podcasts. Check out our website where you can hear the show and subscribe to podcast updates. If you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. Maybe I should start calling this month in astrology, but hey, that's a brand. It's tough to shift. This Week in Astrology for now. What's old as we come into February? The moon's waning, barely, and Mercury is still retrograde through February 3rd. So let's get into our current stuff. On Tuesday, February 1st, February kicks off appropriately enough with a new moon in the first hour of the first day of the month. More specifically, it lines up at 12:46 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time at 12 degrees Aquarius. I will be rounding all degrees to the nearest whole number. Any Aquarius new moon is great for new beginnings or fresh effort in the following areas. Internally embrace what's unique and special about you, then share it with the world as appropriate. Trust your intuitive hits and act on them as much as possible. And serve others using your special gifts and talents that you most love to use. The luminaries tightly square Uranus. Aquarius and Uranus have the same meaning, so this doubles down on the Aquarian message I just mentioned. The luminaries are closely conjunct Saturn. Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius, but his meaning is quite different. He could throw up detours or roadblocks, which could delay or block your new moon goals. Are such obstacles telling you to find another route to the existing goal, modify it, or abandon it completely? Often, you can make a compelling case for any of these options. Thankfully, my intuitive hits are always trustworthy, since these are associated with the 11th astrological archetype, which includes Aquarius and Uranus. This new moon should be sending down lots of these text messages from God to you too. I recommend that you set your course based on this inner guidance. You can identify a genuine intuitive hit by its note in your bones, gut feeling, full body, yes. Any doubt that follows does not negate the absolute certainty you felt when the intuitive lightning struck. Many people fear Saturn, earning him scary nicknames like the stern taskmaster. My astrology mentor, Kelly Lee Phipps, loved to say that Saturn writes the reality checks. However, in my natal chart, Saturn is one of my favorite planets. The more I've integrated him, the more he's blessed me with substantial gifts. These include discipline, maturity, and good time management. Saturn can also help you become your own authority and plan the work and work the plan. How many of these life-affirming Saturn qualities can you embody more fully as he conjoins this new moon? Saturn and Uranus are still engaged in their Saturn-Uranus square. This is the most powerful aspect of both 2021 and 2022. This new moon also stimulates the power of this square. And you can learn more about that if you want to go back to my second half of December forecast on December 24. I went deep on the Saturn-Uranus square, and that is linked in the show notes. What about minor aspects to the new moon? The new moon's also semi-sextile, 30 degrees, a tight Venus-Vesta conjunction. So a secondary theme to contemplate is what new energy should flow into your relationships, creativity, and finances, that's Venus, as well as your service to a higher cause, that's Vesta. With both Venus and Vesta in Capricorn, what practical steps can you take in these directions? The luminaries are also semi-square Pallas Athena. Is there a battle you're fighting or a worthy cause you're striving for that needs fresh energy? Is head-on conflict necessary, or can you achieve your goals through strategy, diplomacy, or negotiation? On Thursday, February 3rd, Mercury turns direct at 11:13 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, around 24 degrees Capricorn. The winged messenger turned retrograde about 3 weeks ago on January 14th, around 10 degrees Aquarius. Have you been reflecting on any of the Mercury retrograde themes I suggested in my January 14 forecast? I didn't expect you to memorize these, so here's a reminder of the most important ideas you can now shift from reflection to action. Retrograde Mercury spent its first 12 days through January 25 backpedaling through Aquarius. This was a great time to contemplate how well you're embracing what's unique about yourself and sharing it with the world as appropriate. Are you taking action on your intuitive hits? And are you serving others using your special gifts and talents that you most love to use? Mercury completed its retrograde with 9 days in Capricorn, January 26th through February 3rd. This period was ideal for pondering how happy you are with your current level of maturity, responsibility, and efficiency. Are you taking care of business, both personally and professionally? Are you using time well? Are you planning the work and working the plan? Familiar themes from earlier in this forecast. Did you delay major new beginnings while Mercury was retrograde? If so, you can now proceed with major purchases or contract signings. On to Monday, February 7. Abundance and shadow work are supported by a Cradle. It started on January 15, peaks today on February 7, and ends on March 1st. This harmonious aspect pattern includes Ceres, Pallas Athena, Pluto, and the lunar nodes. What are the common threads connecting the themes of abundance and shadow work? For starters, Pluto and Ceres, a powerful outer planet and an asteroid goddess, each embody both themes. Pluto is lord of the underworld, where we bury our repressed psychological pain. Ceres, also known as Demeter, plays a central role in a famous myth, along with her beautiful daughter Persephone and Pluto. In this myth, Persephone is abducted by Pluto, who drags her down to the underworld to be his wife and queen. Ceres mourns the loss of her daughter inconsolably, which relates to the theme of shadow work. Ceres is the grain goddess who brings forth harvest, abundance, and manifestation. And Pluto is the lord of wealth and power. His domain is underground, where many things of great value are found. These include minerals, gems, precious metals, natural gas, and oil. So Ceres and Pluto both carry the themes of abundance and shadow work. These themes relate when you realize that shadow work opens the door to increased wealth. How does this work? We all have a constant flow of energy coming down from our divine source. When we do effective shadow work by facing and skillfully healing old traumas, we clear the gunk out of the pipeline. More divine energy flows through. And among the energies coming down from your divine source is abundance. What about the other planets in the cradle? Pallas Athena invites you to do shadow work skillfully and strategically. The lunar nodes are the axis of destiny. They encourage you to do all this in a way that aligns with your life purpose. Would you like a fast, easy, effective technique to help you clear old traumas once and for all? I've received hundreds of thank you emails from people who've used my healing invocation. It's been helping people for 11 years and is included in my free invocation masterclass. That is linked in the show notes, or if you want to get there quick right now, just go to astroshaman.com, look on the menu bar. The very last word is invocations. Click that and you're in. Or at least it'll show you how to get there. All right, on to Wednesday, February 16. A full moon illuminates the sky at 11:57 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time at 28 degrees Leo. Any Leo full moon is great for release or adjustment in your roles as leader or entertainer. In addition, what changes would serve highest good in how you relate with kids or your inner child? And are you taking enough time for rest, relaxation, and recreation? Aspects. The luminaries form a tight grand cross with the lunar nodes. This raises the stakes on all the Leo themes I've just mentioned. It's no longer just a matter of releases or adjustments that create marginal improvements. Now the question is, can you make changes that align you with your life purpose? Ceres and Pluto, the stars of the Cradle we just talked about, are also featured in this full moon. Ceres, conjunct the North Node, is part of the Grand Cross, and Pluto makes a tight quincunx with the moon. So do not be surprised if some shadow work comes up as you work with the energies of this full moon, and the abundance that comes as a reward, which can be anything of value, tangible or intangible, might relate to one or more of the Leo themes we've been talking about. Moving on to Thursday, February 17. There are so many wonderful ways to benefit from today's Jupiter-Uranus sextile. Jupiter 11 Pisces, Uranus 11 Taurus. This auspicious aspect is exact at 7:13 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, but you have plenty of time to work with it. It came into orb on January 13, makes its only exact alignment on February 17, and stays energetically connected through March 29th. The energy of this Jupiter-Uranus sextile is similar to our recent Jupiter-Uranus quintiles. These were in orb, which means close enough to be in effect, March 30 through August 8 in 2021, and then again, December 3rd of 2021 through January 12th of 2022. In addition, since Uranus carries the same archetypal energy as Aquarius, this sextile feels similar to when Jupiter was in Aquarius. Jupiter was in Aquarius for most of 2021, except mid-May through late July and the last 3 days of December. So the energy of the sextile is not completely new, but I bet there are new ways you can benefit from it. Here are some of the wonderful ways you can choose to experience this lively and harmonious aspect. Here we go. Breakthroughs in understanding the meaning of life, innovative religious practices, breaking out of your ruts to live life as an adventurous quest, learning new and unusual things that add significant meaning to your life, more openness to foreign teachings and influences, more international travel, sharing your innovative thoughts with others because Jupiter's the guru, professor, philosopher, and wisdom giver. Breaking through to more joy, exuberance, euphoria, and celebration. More wisdom gained through intuitive hits. Expanding into your authentic self, human and divine. More expansion into serving your kindred spirits with your special gifts and talents that you most love to use. That's my favorite multisyllabic phrase. But because Jupiter's in Pisces, this sextile also empowers these things. Spiritual breakthroughs, breaking out of limiting spiritual concepts into greater firsthand awareness of your divinity. Expanded creative inspiration, expanded divine inspiration, more flow state in your daily life. Personal breakthroughs in dreams, including conscious dreaming and dream interpretation. A lot of amazing stuff there. Take your pick on what you want to focus on. Make some good use of that Jupiter-Uranus sextile. Friday, February 18th, the sun enters Pisces at 11:43 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. For the next month, it will be easier to access spiritual awakening and inspired creativity. You can also operate in flow state more consistently and work more easily with dreams and other inner states. Wednesday, February 23rd, Jupiter's most prominent aspect to the end of March, as we've discussed, is a Jupiter-Uranus sextile, but a Jupiter-Pluto semi-square. Jupiter, 13 Pisces, Pluto, 28 Capricorn, also merits attention. Yes, a semi-square is only a minor hard aspect, but when it connects such potent planets and lasts for more than 5 weeks, February 5th through March 14th, there's plenty of positive potential to be manifested. For example, expansive Jupiter can amplify Pluto's wealth and power, and Pluto can supercharge Jupiter's natural inclination toward luck and celebration. With Jupiter in Pisces, this semi-square can also juice up spiritual awakening, inspired creativity, and operating in flow state. Be careful with Jupiter's lower expressions. Don't get stuck in street corner preacher syndrome, fanatically believing that you possess the one true way. And don't dissipate your energy by trying to do too many things at once. And watch out for potential downsides with Jupiter's placement in Pisces. The sign of the fishes can spiral down into addiction or excessive escapism. It can also get lost in aimless drifting or play the role of a martyr in a relationship. As with all transits, you can influence the outcome with your focus. I suggest that you keep your attention on the life-affirming possibilities of this semi-square. And remember that Pluto's stimulation of Jupiter can further empower all the awesome possibilities of that Jupiter-Uranus sextile. Thursday, February 24th, two personal planets connect with their higher octave outer planets. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, while Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Starting with a Venus-Neptune sextile, Venus 22 Capricorn, Neptune 22 Pisces, this harmoniously stimulates inspired creativity. It can also help you relate more easily with your inner divinity and perceive the divine in everything around you. A Mercury-Uranus square, Mercury 11 Aquarius, Uranus 11 Taurus, can help you get more intuitive hits. Plus, Mercury's in Aquarius, which has the same archetypal energy as Uranus. I've had hundreds of clients confirm that they get their best outcomes when they follow their inner guidance. See if the same is true for you. Announcements. 2022 Astrology Forecast Video. Woohoo! 22 is overflowing with opportunities. Learn how to partner with this year's planetary events to manifest the best possible outcome. After doing this Zoom event on January 21, I spent days in post-production. I cut everything non-essential, optimized the presentation's 60-plus graphics, and added new dynamic effects. My goal? For you to have an enjoyable and enlightening viewing experience. In this deep dive 2-hour video, I explain how the world-shaking Saturn-Uranus square will continue to be a dominant influence this year. But I spend much more time on the life-affirming possibilities of the many harmonious aspects between slower planets. I also examine the potent transits impacting the USA, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Kyrsten Sinema, and Joe Manchin. In addition, this presentation also features an exclusive guest appearance by Eric Myers. Eric, author of 7 acclaimed astrology books, tells us about an extraordinary aspect pattern that starts warming up this year and which may be this decade's most important astrological influence. It's a magical mini grand trine between Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which ultimately blossoms into its full power as all 3 planets change signs. It's free to watch. Check it out. Next, your divine allies could be more eager and willing to help you than you realize. I've worked with over 10,000 astrology, shamanic healing, and life coaching clients, yet even those who are spiritually conscious often use only a fraction of the metaphysical assistance available to them. There's so much more that can be delegated to your divine helpers and that they'd be truly delighted to do for you. This Wednesday, February 2nd at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, I'll give you fast, simple ways to identify and connect with your divine allies more effectively. After 45 years on the spiritual path, I've collected an eclectic group of divine allies of high vibration and benevolent intent. They come from Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, shamanism, and other sources. They all play well together and can accomplish amazing things that my personality could never do on its own. Whoever your high vibration allies are, or even if you haven't partnered with them yet, I'll tell you how to benefit more from the miraculous support they offer you. And this is just one event in a series that's already started. Are you ready to awaken to happiness now and create the life you truly desire? Join me and 30-plus amazing transformational teachers, mentors, leaders, and wayshowers. We're all coming together on the Alara Canfield Show, Awaken to Happiness Now Masterclass Series. Enjoy dozens of wonderful conversations and experiential processes. Alara has invited me back yet again as a presenter to help inspire and empower you. Create the life you truly desire. Join us as together we step into a new sacred reality. When you register, you'll receive access to the live shows and replays. You'll also receive valuable gifts from the presenters. Experience powerful conversations, processes, clearings, and tools. Transform your energy, life, and consciousness forever. Join us on this amazing journey of love, joy, ease, prosperity, and happiness. Activate your free access now by clicking the link in the show notes. And yet another juicy announcement. If you're a longtime follower of my forecasts, you already know how the recent Uranus-Pluto square spent years electrifying the planet with revolutionary transformation. Every time these two planets make a hard aspect, we get big change fast. The Uranus-Pluto conjunction in the 1960s supercharged that decade's radical changes. So I'm thrilled that a new documentary series focused on the effects of Uranus and Pluto in world history is about to premiere online. Its stellar presenters include Richard Tarnas, Stanislav Grof, and many others, and the people behind the scenes are seasoned professionals. And if you act now, you can watch it for free. Changing of the Gods is inspired by Richard Tarnas's masterful book Cosmos and Psyche, Intimations of a New Worldview. This series delves deep into how these two planets have fueled radical shifts across the globe. Changing of the Gods is the greatest story never told, a breakthrough feature documentary and work of cinematic art with the power to shift the course of history. The world is experiencing a revolutionary transformation. Epic change is in the air. Are larger forces helping to orchestrate this present moment? And do we each have a unique role to play? Is today's crisis a turning point that will take us to a new paradigm? Is it time for a fundamentally different cosmological vision? Is a powerful transformation of our civilization's worldview the gateway to humanity's survival and flourishing? And what does that emerging worldview look like? We visit with visionary wisdom keepers, activists, and scientists. They share profound insights about this emerging worldview and the arc of history that has brought us to this critical moment. Episode 1 premieres live on Tuesday, February 22nd. I don't know if this series will be shown again, so be sure to get your free VIP access pass. P.S. If you've ever wondered at the divine intelligence at play in our universe and how people are influenced on a global scale, you'll want to watch this from beginning to end. Get a glimpse of what's coming next and how best to work with it. Click the link in the show notes to register for free. And one more announcement, the usual one. Everyone is welcome to participate in many Awakening Plus Zoom calls for free. These events support your individual healing and awakening, as well as global spiritual awakening. Some events are for members only, but we'd love to have you join our supportive online community. Dip your toe in the water with our 30 days for $1 risk-free trial membership. Here's info on our February events, all at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. These are condensed descriptions. Wednesday, February 2nd, a free public event open to everyone, Divinely Directed. This call is directed by Spirit's in-the-moment guidance to serve each person's highest good. Each divinely directed call is unique. However, a typical call features a subtle field being held. Within this sacred space, each person receives the specific awakening, healing, or spiritual experience that serves their highest good. Then, on Wednesday, February 9th, members only, individual healings that also bless the senders. You can support the individual healing of the people on this monthly call and maybe even get one of your own. The magic of this process is in the combined healing intentions of everyone who participates. Do not be surprised if you receive bounce-back healing as you hold space for someone else. Thursday, February 10th, members only community support call. Community can be crucially important on the spiritual path. Awakening Plus members experience the joy of creating and deepening connection with each other online. We support each other from the comfort of our homes. Wednesday, February 16th, members only shamanic breathwork. Breakthrough to deeper healing and awakening, supported by focused breathing and powerful music. You can experience a natural altered state and spontaneous shamanic journeying. This process can release old wounds, challenging emotions, and dysfunctional patterns, resulting in greater health and wholeness. You might also open to new levels of spiritual awakening. I am a certified shamanic breathwork facilitator. I'll introduce you to the process, hold space remotely during the music, and then help you integrate afterward. Then, on Wednesday, February 23rd, members only, gentle group healing. This event gives each person the healing that serves their highest good as gently as possible. We'll invoke healing, relax, and let the divine work its magic. And then Thursday, February 24th, members only, Ask Me Anything. In this lively event, Awakening Plus members can ask me whatever's on their minds. Questions relating to the core themes of Awakening Plus, healing, awakening, and spiritual service are especially welcome. I'll prioritize questions whose answers would be helpful to the entire membership. And then every Monday, a free public event. Anyone can show up. New Earth Support Team. In this popular weekly event, we first create our sacred container and invoke embodied awakening. Then we let our divine allies know we've come to serve the great global awakening. They take it from there. Our spiritual service is routinely rewarded with personal healing, spiritual upgrades, and profound bliss. Awakening Plus features at least 10 live streaming events each month. Many live events are open to everyone for free, while some are for Awakening Plus members only. As I said, we'd love to have you join our supportive online community. Members receive these exclusive benefits. About half of our 10 Zoom calls each month are members only. There's an archive of over 400 life-transforming events with a best of events guide, so you can pick the best ones. There's a 16-part invocation masterclass course, a self-guided internal family systems therapy course, a monthly community connection call, a monthly Ask Me Anything call. You can choose an accountability partner to keep you on track. There's a forum, so much great stuff. You can learn more or start your 30 days for $1 risk-free trial membership at awakeningplus.com. And if you stick with it after that, it's just $19 a month. Or if that's too much, let me know. You can have it for $9 a month. I like to keep this affordable because I want to help a lot of people. We're going to have a free session winner now every single show. For February, it's Jessica. There are a few Jessicas who have signed up, but this is the only Jessica with the number 26 in her email. If that's you, pop me an email, benjamin@astroshaman.com, and we'll get you set up with your free session. Congratulations, Jessica. Thanks for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and internal family systems therapy kind of work, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. All my one-on-one services are equally effective in person or long distance. I also offer an unbeatable price on SolarFire, the #1 astrology software for Windows. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn about all this and more at astroshaman.com. To see the show notes, go to astroshaman.com/600. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com. My number for voice and text, 828-338-9852. I'd love to connect with you. We are wrapping up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you're getting this episode so others who also love astrology and spirituality can find it. Thanks again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.